Alright, welcome everyone. Today I'm going to prepare a mushroom soup for you. It is going to be a Hungarian mushroom soup. Ingredients are chestnut mushrooms, carrots, celery, potato. It's not going to be vegetarian because I'm going to use lard and smoked lardons. And then I'm going to use a lot of parsley, chives and tarragon at the end. And for the base I'm going to use onions and garlic. And then I'm going to prepare a pasta which is going to thicken the soup as well. So here we go. So let's start with some lard. Now you can use oil if you like. Obviously you can make this into vegetarian soup by using olive oil or oil and not using the lardon. So as this is old-fashioned Hungarian cooking, which I want to show you, and I will show you different mushroom soups as well, but I try to push the Hungarian, the Hungarian cuisine, because why not? So I'm going to use lard. If I can turn on the induction on high. I'm going to start with the lardons and the onions first. So while this is melting, open this, random chunks, that's fine. Let's chop up the onion. Many of you are asking about what knives I use. I quite like Victorinox. This one I just bought. It wasn't expensive, it's like maybe 30 quid or so. I like these knives, they are inexpensive for the quality. We use them at work as well, really easy to sharpen them. I like to use this brand, which is a Kai. These I picked up from TK Maxx, which is, what is it in the US? TK something, whatever. So these I picked up for like 20 pounds, 30 pounds, real cheap, and these are really good knives as well. And I also like the Zwilling, the German brand. These are really good knives as well. But if you are looking for a good, easy to maintain brand, then I can recommend Victorinox. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, don't worry. These you can see in my videos, I use these a lot. So anyway, I'm going to, oh, this is fast, I'm talking too much. Alright, so I'm going to finely chop the onions this time. Just going to slice it twice, this way, and then finely chop it. See, it's quite fine, not the finest, but it's good enough for this purpose. This goes in here. All right, nice. Okay, so onions are in. Just give it a stir. My mom would be proud because I used to leave the utensils anywhere or everywhere, and then she always used to tell me off, and always used to tell me to leave your utensils on a plate, so that's what I do. Mom would be proud. Okay, I've added the lardons, and on a medium heat I'm gonna cook this off. Meanwhile, I'm going to slice the mushrooms. There are many different ways you can slice the mushrooms for this soup, or any soup in this case. You can just go this way, or if you want it to look a bit more fancy, you can go this way. And I think I'm gonna go with the second option. Actually, I'm gonna use a smaller knife for that. Same brand, is exactly the same knife, it's just smaller one. And I did wash the mushrooms, but very quickly I just rinsed it. You don't want to wash your mushrooms because mushrooms are like a sponge and they're gonna soak up real bad, and it's gonna take forever to get a nice color when you fry them. Okay, so just quickly. And if you are wondering, yes, this is almost 7 p.m. I'm after work, I'm just cooking some soup for my missus for tomorrow. And I thought, why not record it? I think this is gonna be her lunch for the next 2 days. But she likes mushroom soup, so that's cool. Okay, actually, mushrooms are chopped. Next, I'm gonna go in with the carrots and the celery. Celery I've washed already. This I'm going to slice a bit more rough. And this soup is not going to be blended, it's going to be a rustic soup. But I will show you a different recipe with porcini mushrooms, which is going to be blended in the future as well. I won't just do Hungarian soup, so Hungarian cooking. Okay, so celery is added. Carrots, quick peel. One escaped. Alright, get rid of the ends. Carrot, going to slice, not fine again. After all, this is a rustic soup, so it doesn't have to be fine. It's better. Okay, carrots are in. Next, now potato. I'm using potato to thicken the soup as well. Very old style of cooking would be thickened by flour. So once I cook everything off here and it's got a nice color, I would add flour to it, and that would be the thickener or the thickening agent. But you know, we have moved on from using way too much flour, and it's not necessary, to be honest. Alright, this I'm not going to add yet, but I'm going to slice it up. Quite fine as well. But by the time the soup is done, you won't actually see too many potatoes in it. Alright, so I'll use this part for the potatoes, and hopefully it won't end up too many on the floor. Okay, so this is done. Okay, So far, I love this stove. Stove? I think it's called stove. It's so nice to have the option of the induction and the gas as well. Okay, so chop is done. Okay, now this I'm going to prepare is that easy. Is basically flour and egg. When I was a trainee in my first year, I had to do this quite often, and the way it's been taught to me is to add a egg, so one egg, and what they told me when I was a trainee is to add as much flour as much it can take, so you end up with a very strong dough. If I prepare fresh pasta, I normally use 100 grams of flour to one egg. In this case, I think it's slightly more, but pretty much as much flour as much the egg can take. But just to see, I'm quite interested as well. I'm going to add 100 grams to start with, and then I'll see if it can take any more. And just a pinch of salt. Not much. Soup's gonna be salty enough anyway. Yeah, and what you do, you basically just work the flour and the egg into a dough. It can be time consuming, but it's worth it. Meanwhile, okay, so smells beautiful already. Now at this point, my mirepoix is starting to get some color, and I'm going to add my mushrooms. Now, key to mushrooms is to get a good browning. That way you can get the most flavor out of it. And mushroom is going to release a lot of water as well. So no need to add any water at this point. Yeah, this is going to take more. It's quite a wet dough at the moment, so let's see how much more it's going to take. Go in with another 20 grams. And meanwhile, I need to stir it. And don't be afraid of caramelization. That's all flavor. Just don't burn it. Also, I'm not going to speed anything up, so this is pretty much real-time cooking. Just want to demonstrate how easy it is to make a nice soup, even after work, after a long day. It is worth it, in my opinion. Even though you can buy already made nice soups from your shop, but you don't know how much additives these soups have. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty much taken 120 grams of flour, strong pasta flour. I'm just going to let this rest for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to grate it with a cheese grater, and that's gonna be your pasta for the soup. Okay, I'm happy with that. Just put this on the top. Easy. Wash my hands quick. Alright. So you can see the mushrooms are releasing all the water. Nice. And I haven't added any seasoning yet. I've got 2 vegetable stock jellies. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or not. I will definitely add some paprika, Hungarian cooking, right? And black pepper, and that's it. Pretty much. Now at this point, I'm going to add some parsley, because parsley needs to be cooked out quite well, in my opinion. I don't need these anymore. Just make a small punch. There you go. Compress it. And it's quite easy to chop it fine. Alright, so that's about 1/3 of a bunch of parsley, which is about, who knows, 20 grams maybe? Something like that. Now I'm going to add a bit more heat. Actually full heat. And once I'm done with the mushrooms, then I'm going to add my paprika. I don't want to burn it. And soon I can add the garlic as well. Yeah, just put some pressure on it. Just like so. Oi. Oh yeah. Just going to lower the heat a bit. Still getting used to this new induction. Hub. Yeah, it's a hub, that's the word. I'm just going to puree the garlic. There's quite a lot of garlic as well. 3 cloves, but I like garlic. Okay. garlic added. You can see how much the mushrooms reduced. And you can see all this. I'm still not going to add the water. At this point I'm going to add a tiny bit of salt. Yeah, the mushrooms are still releasing water. And at this point you could add white wine as well, but I'm just going to go with water today. So let's boil my water, saves time always. And some pepper. And at this point I can add my potatoes as well. Alright, and full heat. And at this point I'm going to add my paprika. Not too much. That's about it. Just for a bit of color. And try to buy Hungarian paprika if you can. There is a huge difference that I've noticed. What I've used so far. There is always a huge difference. There you go, it's boiling already. Nice. Okay. So let this cook down. Or actually need a lid, but since I took it out I'm gonna use it. Next step I can do my pasta. I don't actually need this. I use another plate. Still have to buy a lot of things. Yeah, this is my pasta dough is done. Not recyclable. Shocking. Yeah, nicely boiling away. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to grate. This could have actually, yeah, I could have added more flour to this to be even more firm, but it's fine. Look, this is going to be good for the soup. I definitely don't need a lid. It's pointless to take it out. And I can lower the heat a bit. And this is actually quite a lot. What you can do is to dry it out as well. Yeah, this is loads. I don't need all this. Half of this is enough for this amount of soup. But I'm not going to throw it away, I'm just not going to use all of it. Just going to add a bit more flour so they don't stick together. And as I said, this is going to thicken the soup as well. Now the tarragon and the chives, I'm just going to add before I finish cooking the soup, because I don't want them to lose the flavor. And I'm sweating. Oh my god. Alright. I can try the soup at this point. Sure, I could use more water. Tasty already. And I'm going to use one vegetable stock, not cube, jelly. Cube is fine as well. And let's see if I need the second one. Mushrooms are tasty already. Mushrooms have a lot of umami, so they don't need too much help. This is fine. Let's clean up a bit. So, what am I supposed to do with this? I'm going to freeze. No. Let's just put it away for now. No. Yes, still getting used to where things are. And what you can also do with this soup, so you can add sour cream as you cook it, but I'm going to add sour cream after it's already cooked. Or you could thicken it with sour cream mixed up with flour and thicken it that way. That also works. Or you can thicken it with corn flour if you don't like flour. But that's why I've added the potatoes, so the starch from the potato is going to thicken the soup as well. Alright, this needs to be cleaned. Yep. I still need the chopping board. Alright. But what I can do is to chop up a bit of the herbs. Don't need a scale either. What did I say, herbs? So I'm going to use a bit of tarragon and chives. Start with the chives. Alright, and then tarragon. Just going to use the leaves. It's quite a bit of tarragon already. Tarragon is very pungent, lovely flavor. Okay, that's about enough. A tiny bit more parsley, not too much. I might as well chop this off. Okay, tarragon and a bit of parsley. Okay, I'm not gonna use all, I'm gonna keep a tiny bit for garnish. That's done. Let's see how the soup does. Yep, very nice. Just going to add another stock cube. Thingy back. So what this has been so far, 20 minutes-ish? Is it? 34? Yeah, about 20, 25 minutes maybe. But it's worth it. And do we have a nice plate for presentation? Nice plate, where are the nice plates? Nice plate. Not here. Is that a nice plate? I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, this one you do. So because I chopped the potatoes quite tiny, it's already cooked. Yeah, potatoes are done. Mushroom was already done. So at this point, I'm going to add my pasta. And that's enough. And this takes a couple of minutes to cook. Doesn't take long at all. We just have to cook the flour out, and then job's are good. Easy. Do we need more salt or not? I think I cooked too salty. Yum. And at this point I can add the rest of the herbs. And look at this. Very old school. Can lower the heat, send it to boil, go crazy no more. The only problem with this induction is that it looks dirty already. This I use at another point. Smell of terrible. I love it. This is a hearty soup for sure. What do I need? I need a ladle. Do I have a ladle? No, I do not. Do I? Ladle. Where is the ladle? Not here. Not there. It's hiding. The ladle is hiding. Where is the ladle? Nyuszos? Hol van a merőkannál? Hova? Kösz. Előbb nőttem, persze. Glass. Found the ladle. Alright. So, let's do a last taste test. Banging. Tiny bit also. And tiny bit more pepper. Only a few ingredients, no expensive either. I think it's well worth it. It's well worth to put the effort in it. Okay, one last boil. And it's done. And to finish, I'm going to add a bit of sour cream. You guessed right. Has to be sour cream. Yeah, let's do. Wow, I think this is, well, I would say full portion, at least three portions like this, which is nice. Add a bit of sour cream, a bit more herbs for garnish, and that's it. Super simple, hearty, rustic, super tasty mushroom soup, Hungarian style. I hope that you're gonna try this and see you on the next video. Yeah. Where is my phone? And take a picture. Alright, let's try it with sour cream. Oh yeah, definitely try it. Amazing.